Shalom, family. Good to see everybody here. Hope you're all doing well. Well, it's a lot of extreme things going on in the US, and I had to look this stuff up just to verify. I'm like, wow. There was a tornado in Wisconsin. There was flooding, the same kind of flooding we had in New Jersey, they had in Maryland. And the hailstorm that hit Nebraska. I mean, it has been crazy up in here. And like I told y'all, these rainfalls where it just floods in an hour, this is the norm. This is now the new norm in America. And it's going to happen in these locations again. So there was Texas, the Carolinas, New York, New Jersey, and now Maryland. So I guess you're just going to have to be prepared for anything at this point when it comes down to the weather. So I'm going to show you some clippings of the weather that has been going on. And it's all around the same time, like around the 19th, the 20th, and 21st. It's all around the same time, too. So, hey, the Most High will use the weather to punish people as well. I mean, we all know that. So, this is a very wicked place, so I can see why the weather is so violent now. It is wicked here. It is so wicked in this country. It's not even funny. All right. All right. So let me share my screen. Let's see here. No, not that one. This one. Okay, if you can see my screen, please give me a 1. Thank you. Okay.
Oh my God! Did you go? Oh my God!
Oh my God! The coming yes! Oh my God! Dear God. Flash flooding right here on the road, continuing down all on that stream.
Flooded roads, public parks inundated. A flash flooding warning leading to sites like these throughout Montgomery County.
Never like this. I've never seen it like this. In 20 years I've been living here, I've never seen it this bad.
John Angel says he was out running an errand when his wife and daughter called and told him they got stuck in the water. Angel says they were able to make it out thanks to other drivers.
It was seconds. And then a bunch of, it was just a little water, and then just the water just rushed so quick. She didn't have a chance to react. And then she tried to, then the car just stopped.
Further up the street in Potomac, Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Services responded to multiple water incidents, like this one along River Road. Crews there rescued a driver after being trapped in their car.
As I got closer over there, the water, it just hits my car, and I really can't do anything about it once it reaches my car. I tried to get out, I tried to rev the engine. Car wasn't moving.
Montgomery County Fire says they responded to multiple calls of people being surrounded by floodwater. Slow-moving storms bringing torrential downpours through parts of the D.C. region on Saturday, with many hoping for a break from the rain.
Look at that. That's going to be 4 feet deep almost. A hill.
Oh, man.
Y'all see this hailstone in Nebraska? Even the seagulls is like, what the fuck? God's mad, y'all. God is fucking mad at us. Y'all better start praying. Y'all better start fucking praying.
With the keys to the cave.
Now we can do better.
From what I was reading, Nebraska had a really nasty hailstorm back in April, and then they had a second one in July. So this is the second time they've had these crazy hailstorms. And you know what, y'all? It's because you in Nebraska overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump. So first you lost all of your field hands that were out there doing the work because y'all voted for Donald Trump and they got deported. And now the Most High brought this weather to you. What can I say? What can I say other than the best thing that ever came out of Nebraska was Malcolm X? After that, whatever. Whoa, y'all. But I think the one that got me, and I guess it's because it's so close to where I live, was the flood in Maryland. And I just can't believe how just up and down the East Coast, so many places have gotten hit with that flash flooding. And y'all, when I tell you that stuff happens in less than an hour, all that flood water, because in New Jersey and New York, that's exactly what happened. And it was not even a full hour, and all those inches of rain just came down. And if you notice how much it keeps duplicating, that same incident just keeps duplicating just in different locations. And to be honest with you, I think this is just the way it's going to be from now on. Whenever it rains, you may get hit with 10 inches all at once. And there's not very much you can do except for if you can go to higher ground. If not, if you think you can just ride it out, a lot of people have lost everything in these storms, even here in my state where it flooded. People lost all of their valuables, everything they had in their home. They had to get rid of it, was all destroyed from the flood. And when you go more up north, things are more upscale. You know, you have the people that are probably some of the richest people in the state live in those communities close to New York. So, yeah, oh, definitely judgment is here. It is definitely here, y'all. There's no doubt about it. America is taking the full brunt right now. And can you imagine this is going to get worse? The Most High says you get double. And I just can't even picture in my head what that's going to look like, but we're going to soon see exactly what that looks like. Mhm. And just think about all the stolen land that's probably getting destroyed now. All the land that got stolen up in here is now getting destroyed. Because you got to think about what the flood destroys. The flood destroys crops, you know, especially when it floods and then the ground becomes waterlogged. Yeah, I mean, those crops are now destroyed. Yeah, we are in those times. Absolutely. And it's almost like the sky opens up and a whole river falls down on the land. That's what it's starting to look like. For real. hmm Yeah. I mean, first the rain and then the fire's going to come. Fire purifies. So the rain and then the fire. Well, they said that the hail was softball size. And the people there, because I was looking at some of the news, and they said they have never seen a storm like this occur ever. And it was strong. It didn't just drop hail, it was high winds, hail, um, a combination of rain and thunder strikes and all that stuff. So it was pretty bad. And with the flood, you know, everybody was saying it caught them off guard in Maryland. People were out and about, and then the rain came, and next thing you know, they got stuck in high water with their cars. So it was a lot of rescues that occurred in Maryland because it was this thing happened at a time when a lot of people were out and about. So, there were a lot of rescues that had to occur because that storm just came. People knew it was gonna rain, but not like that. Nobody was expecting this downpour and flooding in less than an hour. Mhm. Mhm. So, now Maryland, who's gonna be next? Where is it gonna be next? I mean, Texas, I think, was the first one for this year, and then it just seems like every single week from that point on, it's always a different location that gets hit next. And, they're saying a lot of things, like global warming and, the climate change and the usual things that they say is occurring. I mean, do I think man messed up weather? Yes. I think they've done a lot of things that messed up the weather, you know? I remember, even when I was a child, they had, documentaries, or they would have, like, a big story on the news about the pollution and all of the factories that were around water and what they dumped into the water and all the smoke that went into the atmosphere. I remember those stories coming out when I was living in Philly. Every now and then you would see a story about all the pollution. So they've been messing up the weather for a very long time. Very, very long time. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, they have. They have. So, y'all, it looks like, because I have a upcoming video, I mean, not video, but live stream on Ghislaine Maxwell. She has been subpoenaed to testify before Congress. And get this, Donald Trump's lawyer is running over there to talk to her. And I said, "You know what? I would not be shocked if they're going there to intimidate her into saying what he wants her to say." Um, because Donald Trump done lied and said there is no list. And that seems to be the main thing she's going to be questioned on, if there was, in fact, a client list. And I think Trump is sending his lawyers there to either intimidate her or give her a sweetheart deal in getting out of prison if she cooperates and do things his way. I think that's what's going on. And if it was my guess, I think Congress, they should have blocked anybody from going and talking to her prior to whatever hearing they're going to have, because then, you got a better chance of getting the truth. I think with Donald Trump running his lawyers down there where she is, I think now you don't know what's going to happen at this point. Yeah, I saw that on Ozzy Osbourne died. I really, to be honest with you, I really don't care. I really don't care. Him and Sharon were a bunch of racists anyway. Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon Osbourne and all, they're a bunch of racists. I don't why would I do anything on his death? I'm not doing nothing on his death. But yes, I did hear about that. Mhm. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did. He didn't do nothing but a bunch of drugs and alcohol all the time. That's why he sound all weird when he spoke, because he was a junkie. Mhm. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it probably maybe like a good hour or 2 ago that he passed finally at 76. Yeah, I did see that. Mhm. So, y'all, be careful, you know? Um, it just seems like if you happen to be out and you get caught up in these kind of rainfalls, if you can get to safety, try to get to safety. That's all I can tell you. I mean, it seems like because that happened even here in my state. People were out and about, and then that rainstorm hit, and then they had to do a bunch of rescues all over the place. And being that Donald Trump fired a big chunk of the people that worked for the National Weather Service. So, that's why Texas is mad at the Trump administration because when they got hit, there was no warning. And I think there's still over 100 people missing in Texas that's still unaccounted for. So they still haven't even found everybody that's missing. I think the last time I saw a story on Texas, it's been that was about 2 days ago, and they said there's still 100 people unaccounted for. So they still don't know, or they haven't located where these 100 missing are. Mhm. Yeah. So y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and conclude, but I will see you at 6:45 where we can get a lot more into um, the Epstein list and Ghislaine Maxwell testifying before Congress. I'm sure if that happens, because I think they go on recess. So if she does give a testimony, more than likely it's going to be sometime in August when she will give this testimony. I don't think it's going to be this month because I think they recess for a few weeks and then come back, and that's probably when they'll do it, sometime in August. Mhm. So everybody, please come back at 6:45. I hope to see you then. Shalom, family.